We haven't actually really talked about it. There's only been 2 towers taken by both sides. This could be the 3rd here by AL. This is not a huge amount. There's a lightning crash. PP going to be coming in. That's going to be Cream trying to find his mark as they do get rumbled down again. Shanti goes down. The fake steal lands on the 3, and that's going to be a huge team fight win here for the side of OMG. They are chasing back Sword Art and Betty, trying to see if they can get any more kills, which can almost certainly mean that's going to be the Baron.
Cream TB's in and wipes the ball with that ultimate, going to be the Baron for the side of OMG, something that AL was trying to deny, but this double kill going to the hands of OMG, I don't know if AL can stop this.
They're gonna try. Don't forget, you're taking a lot of damage from this Baron. Betty and Sword Art can still make something work. Cream trying to play keep away, goes back to his soul. As ZDZ finally gets himself near this pit, it's gonna be about 1700, 1600 taken away. No steal gonna be coming in here today. ZDZ is trapped in the pit with no one to save him, and he will fall to the side of Aki, who is now 6-1 and 3. This could be it, Katie. They're looking to see if they can make this one work. Fate Sealed still on cooldown. ZDZ flashes in, Haymaker in, trying to see if he can catch out Shanti, who does have a stopwatch. They're trying to get him down. They will. Flash by Abel, and AL might have been able to do it. Betty goes forward, and Betty is finding the kills. He does not care about the Monkey King, and he picks himself up a Quadra. Blink and you'll miss it. AL find the ace.
AL comes back from this game, a 6k gold deficit. Cream struggling to find his hands onto Betty, and he is getting absolutely out of control. They're just going to end the game as the time is 40 seconds, Oshin. It's insane that AL can come back in this game.
Insane right now. They've got Elder. They haven't even got Elder. They've got Baron. They didn't need the Elder. They just took a much better fight. And AL will take game 1 in 45 minutes. It was a slog, it was slow, and it definitely looked like it wasn't going to be, but they found the engage, and ZDZ made the set work because he kept everyone away from Betty.
ZDZ definitely acting in as that decoy, while Betty was just killing everyone on the side of OMG, and Cream definitely struggling to find angles with that ultimate. But oh my god, Zeri moment to say the least, as we are just seeing another Zeri highlight coming into this game 1.
Absolutely, really well played. And Betty, again, it's been one of his most picked champions so far this split. It really does feel like this is something he is exceptionally comfortable on. He has no issue whatsoever looking for those engages. And right now, it feels like it is, especially for a team like AL, where they have got very limited ways or limited people to carry. You have to ban away the Zeri. You can't let this one go through to the side of AL because Betty just knows how to carry on it.
Yeah, Betty does know how to carry on, especially with something like the Immortal Shield Bow and BT both coming online for Zeri. The Lucian just doesn't work anymore when we do reach the 40-minute. You want to be looking for the poke.
Xiao in a lot of trouble. PP God picks up his 2nd kill of the game. And it all falls apart right now for AL. They had no way of keeping themselves in a full 5v5, and in the separate skirmishes, they do not win.
The game explodes once again at this 2nd dragon, where OMG comes out on top, but what really confuses me is how did AL end up in the enemy jungle around that blue buff, where they were just getting cut off by Shandy on the sun as they're trying to look to contest, but you need to remember Shandy is cutting you off at that river point once again, so you just get out. This dragon isn't yours.
This drag is not yours, and now OMGs take total control. But we can see here, they try and get over, and honestly, they almost catch Cream out here.
Yeah, Cream comes in with a very clean
Xiao has nowhere to go. They're looking to try and stop the Realm Warper. They do just that. The flash shall not be utilized as Pinzi knows his fate. And that is a Rift Herald and a couple of kills as AL just cannot find the advantage.
AL looking very disconnected for that fight. I mean, you had the numbers advantage. However, with Shandy ulting in from the bottom side, the Zeri and the Ana just looked very occupied, with Abel also zoning them out as Aki picks up this Herald. Also double dragons as well. A lot of major objectives in the hands of OMG so far, but you just see the San ulting in, a little bit goofy, but Pinzi does get caught out here where they are playing a very split fight. Abel is technically just zoning the bottom lane of AL, so you didn't have a lot of...
Make something work. There's going to be the Abduct coming out alongside Zivers. Cataclysm is available should they want to go for it. There's the quickness coming down on the Pinzi. The Abscond, Abduct, the flash is away as Pinzi tries to run, but they now know he has nowhere to go, and it will be PP God picking up his 4th kill of the game. PP God was done with game 1. He said, you know what, none of you can carry. I'm carrying this game.
PP God even forces out the flash from Pinzi, but he is just gum stuck to hair. He will not leave you alone. We do see a bit of trading from the 2 ADCs of this game. but just the amount of follow-up CC from OMG, you can't overstep from this game. But Xiaohao just clearing the minions in this bottom lane as the third dragon of the game, 15 seconds. Also, without your mid laner and no TP, numbers advantage for OMG.
And Shanji gets to have free reign to the top side because ZDZ knows if they're going to try and contest the 4v4, he needs to be here, and that means he cannot help his teammates. ZDZ, he almost gets him forward, and they're going to actually catch him out. There is Abel dead and buried. You lose ZDZ because of it, but now Ping Z looking to be a nuisance, flashes forward. He wants to try and find the jungler, and he will find the AD carry through the support of OMG. Now AL looking to try and see if they can make this one work. The Zeri over the wall. They're not touching it at OMG. It's falling apart.
They give Betty Zeri 2 games in a row, and this game is in the hands of AL once again. Second dragon into their pockets. Mountain Soul, how ironic, but AL finding their angles, coming back into the game as ZDZ gets that kill onto Abel, and the Ignite finishes him off as your main AD carry is dead for the fight.
I mean, I gotta look at the replay there. We were focused so much on where Aki was, but how does Abel even get caught here?
Yeah, Abel just got ulted away by Cassante into the blue buff, and the Tibbers does get the CC onto Abel. I mean, not CC, but the Ignite, I am assuming, gets dropped onto Abel's head. No Ignite either. How did Annie get the kill onto Zaya? One of the biggest mysteries we've known to mankind for 2023. So we also see the fight is getting very scattered as your ADC is gone, so you're really just depending on Silas doing damage now. Kinsey does flash forward, but Betty with that ultimate, I mean, without the space being created from OMG, they're going to play into the hands of Betty once again.
Oh, we're back in live though. It's a Baron. It's 2 Mountain Dragons confirmed here for AL as we're going to see a Cataclysm stolen away by Cream, and they do get the secure here for OMG, but now can you get the fight? They're going to trade off Xiaohao, but everyone's kind of just sitting in a barrel right now, waiting to be shot by the Zeri. Betty trying to space himself out, but he gets caught and immediately jumped on. OMG, we're not going to be able to do this one more time. They're not going to lose themselves this fight. They will still lose their AD carry, but they will gain 5 members and a Baron.
What is happening, Oshin? AL just won a massive fight, and the Baron goes in the hands of OMG. I'm assuming AL reset really late, and OMG caught onto this, and they were able to just shred Baron from 100 to 0, and Betty getting a little bit too ambitious with his positioning gets instantly killed, and I mean, Betty down means AL down, a 5-for-0 trade. We have to take another look at this, where OMG is just shredding down the Baron, Abel using all his spells here as well, as Cassante flashes in, not Cassante, sorry, Xiaohao flashes in and gets deleted, and the CC onto Betty just really confirms the kill onto these AD carriers. Aki gets his Cyclone onto him, and he isn't able to escape. I mean, AL very messy once again, and giving OMG another angle to come back.
It's just not quite sure how else we come back in and see where AL can make something work here. They're going to have a pretty difficult time, you would imagine, of trying to deal with the damage coming out. But if they can just catch out PP God, then immediately your threat just becomes far less relevant. We can see Betty getting jumped on here, and Betty gets deleted. These stolen Tibbers is enough to make sure it works. 2 Tibbers, what does it mean as we move in forward, trying to make sure they can get the end of this game? A little bit of Tokyo drifting coming in. Shanji gets a knock up there, and here is Cream finishing up the stacks. 25 now. He has 659 AP on this Silas, and add that with the healing, he is going to be just doing so much. Sword Art is going to be popped. He's on the fountain, and he's still losing that fight. ZDZ tries to get the knockback to try to burn him out, and they will take out Cream, but the Nexus turrets have fallen. The Nexus is now exposed. Can they take out Abel, who flashes in? Rise gets taken away. Abel gets taken out, but with Shanji and Aki both working their way towards that Nexus, it's OMG who take themselves to 1-1.
GG, this series is so entertaining, Oshin, as Betty didn't get the message of don't walk near Cream Silas and gets instantly taken out of the fight. He did not expect a 700 AP Silas coming into this pick, as PP God honestly got caught out at the very end, but it doesn't matter because Silas was redonkulously fed, and Cream brings them back into a 3-game series for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was just such a strange game as well, because it felt like we saw the early ganks coming out, which saw a multitude of flashes kind of burnt. And this is what I love about the LPL, is that Yes, you know, you lose your flash, you don't gain a lot from it. It's a bit of a weird kind of situation, but now you've all of a sudden changed the complete dynamic of the game, and that's what we saw, because with all junglers and all bot laners no longer having flash, everyone was focusing bot lane. Everyone wanted to try and get a piece of that particular action. So really, really interesting to see how both these teams kind of adapt now coming into game number 3. And for OMG, honestly, this was needed. This has felt like it really did feel like AL coming off of game 1, and even in the mid game of that game 2.
Time is already about to die, and JoJo gets him. Now Turtle's gonna try to kite it out. TSM have been absolutely crushed. Holy hell! Disgusting! From evil geniuses, and a quadra kill for JoJo.
Stop playing with my heart right now. Girl, I need you in my life